What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. It's good to be right, and boy has this channel been right about the Bud Light boycott. A lot of people have told us, Benny, why do you spend so much time talking about Bud Light? Why do you spend so much time going in on this woke piss beer brand that tastes like hay that has been stomped on by a horse and siphoned through a copper kettle filled with twigs? Why does it matter? Well, it matters certainly to our enemies, and that should tell you something. See, CNN published this as soon as this boycott was called for Bud Light. CNN published this piece, and I brought it up like a couple weeks ago. Bud Light inclusive ad campaigns are good for business, experts say. You could tell that this is a PR campaign that they placed in CNN because it has no grounding to reality. We've seen in the corresponding weeks that Bud Light has lost $10 billion in market cap. It's losing 20% of its revenue and its sales every single week, week after week. So, of course, this was a lie, but why would they push something like this? Because they knew that we were over the target. And ladies and gentlemen, boy, do I have something to show you here. Look at this headline. Chicago gay bars will now refuse to sell Bud Light after Anheuser-Busch disavowed any involvement with the Dylan Mulvaney ad. And sales have tanked 26%. Oh yes, baby. We got you right here. Gonna give myself tennis elbow, patting myself on the back so much because we told you, why would you try and appease these people? They can't be appeased. They're cultural Marxists. They don't want Bud Light to exist. They don't want Bud Light customers to exist. They don't want any capitalism to exist. They'll always be miserable. They're miserable, self-loathing individuals, and they'll always be unhappy with you. There's nothing you can do to appease them, so best not to try. The Chicago gay bar Two Bears Tavern Group announced Thursday they will no longer serve Bud Light. Bar officials denounced the beer company's abandoned support of Dylan Mulvaney. It comes as Anheuser-Busch reported a 26% drop in sales. You can't play both sides. It's best not to go political if you just run a beer brand. Chicago gay bars pledged not to sell Bud Light after Anheuser-Busch walked back their involvement with Dylan Mulvaney. This is the bar right here. Gay bars Two Bears Tavern Group announced that they will no longer serve Bud Light because they view it as abandoning the message. They view Bud Light distancing themselves from a billion-dollar fiasco with their partnership with Dylan Mulvaney. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, they're getting it from both sides. In view of Anheuser-Busch InBev's abandonment of support of Dylan Mulvaney, the subsequent reprehensible and divisive comments by its CEO and Anheuser-Busch putting on an involuntary leave at least two of the marketing executives involved, we are banning the sale of Bud Light in our taverns. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So you can see here the sale of Bud Light is collapsing in spite of this. What are they talking about here? Well, CEO has distanced Anheuser-Busch from Dylan Mulvaney, saying it's not a formal campaign. The CEO of Anheuser-Busch, Michael Dowkris, said in an earnings call that there is misinformation spreading on social media. We need to clarify, the fact is that this was one can, one influencer, one post, not a campaign. The CEO says Anheuser-Busch is providing direct financial support to frontline workers impacted by the boycott, naming delivery drivers, sales representatives, so they are paying people who they have destroyed their businesses effectively, or at least 20+% of it. I love this image here from a place in Idaho with a no Bud Light sign. It's just a great, like, sort of disconnected image, but it's a Getty image I think is just great. Bud Light remains embroiled in the controversy, so what have they been doing? Bud Light executives put on leave after Dylan Mulvaney uproar. You've heard this, of course. News wasn't voluntary. They are kicking people off and out of their positions who might have approved this. Bud Light stock downgraded since the fallout with Dylan Mulvaney. Bud Light has had their stock downgraded. Bud Light sales has dwindled, and now experts are saying, well, this is a hangover from hell. This is the new normal. Bud Light is in a crisis, and the new normal will be 20% drops week after week, week after week, week after week. Bud Light continues. Sales declines may have reached a floor, The company's stock is down 6%. The company's stock has lost billions in dollars. Bud Light sales for the week of May 6th were down 23%. That follows a trend of being down 23%, 24%, 21%, and 17% at the start of the boycott. So, ladies and gentlemen, to all of you who said, why are you wasting your time? Well, we have rewritten the playbook. We have proven that we are powerful. We have proven that we have the ability to actually make you hurt. And that we have the majority in the country, actually. The left has never executed a boycott this successful. Bud Light sales plunged 24% in the latest week since Dylan Mulvaney disaster. You've never seen the left do this, baby. We are back. We are so back. So we're downgrading this stock. We're cutting billions, according to DC Drano, 10 billion nearly in company value off of the market cap for Bud Light. Boom. 132 to 122. That's $10 billion out of the Bud market cap. Good for us. And just a little extra piece of data here, just to prove that I'm a nice guy and I want to teach these people something. Here is the percentage of beer drinkers by gender, age, and group for the top brands. Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Lite, 60% males. 60%. And then the vast preponderance of your beer drinkers are going to be young males, young men in their 20s and 30s and 40s. This is the people, these are your paying customers who drink your products. Maybe you should try appealing to them and not apologizing for making ads with women in bikinis or pushing radical ideologies on them and politicizing their beer. Because you ain't going to win. You're not going to win. You're just going to end up pissing off both sides. And that's what Budweiser has shockingly done here. So now, by distancing themselves from Mulvaney, they have now pissed off the left. And now gay bars are refusing to sell Bud Light. What a glorious, glorious moment. It's going to be right. It's going to be right. Lesson number 1. Don't betray your paying customer. We're in charge. It's our country. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go save it. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.